Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I was sitting here doing some research, and and was listening to a little bit of news, and I heard about um, the brief, I guess, written by Alito about um, taking down Roe versus Wade. And it, sort of, it, you have to like look at this, right, and see like what is this about, right? And the right for somebody to choose what they want to do with themselves, right? The right for your own choices, and that you're smart enough or intuitive enough or know enough to be able to trust your own heart, right? So I said, well, let me pull some cards on it. So I just shuffled them up, and just wanted to look at this overturning of Roe and what the cards might say about that. Um, will it happen? Won't it happen? Just the energy around it. And so the first card that I pick up is the Empress. The Empress. And so the Empress is the fertile woman, the right to life, right? The right to life. And you know, I think that there's a part of this story um, that needs to be also looked at, and that is the right to life, and not anti-abortion necessarily, but the right to live, um, to just live a life. And um, in order to do that, we have to be more supportive of one another. That's really what it comes down to. If you really want to stop, you know, that people have to actually make the choice, um, it seems to me that this is an expression of both the idea of the feminine being the giver of life and the decider of life, right? It's you're deciding on life. You're deciding whether you're going to give life or not. And, sometimes you can't give. Sometimes you have to hold back. Sometimes you have to make a choice for yourself to become an individual. And that is the choice that women make when they choose to either have a child or not. It would be lovely to have children. Some people just don't really like kids. They're really good at it for whatever reason. And they're not really suited. And that can be their choice. That can be their choice. And situations happen. I mean, I imagine most people are relatively aware or careful about their situation. They can make choices for themselves. Let's see, the crossing card is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. So we have the Empress here. At the center at the beginning here, the Empress, the present situation, the goddess in her most fertile. This is Venus. Venus just moved into Aries, in fact. And I think that's what happened. Venus moved into Aries. Either the thing got, the Alito memo got shown, and then Venus moved into Aries, or Venus moved into Aries. And she's in Aries right now, and she's fighting for her life and her right to her life. That's what she's doing. She's going to come up. The only thing in Aries right now, except for Eris, which is in the latter degrees of Aries, is Chiron. And so Venus is going to come face to face with the wounded masculine, Chiron in Aries. And we have an opportunity for a healing of that, a healing, an understanding. Let's see. The challenge is, how do you move forward with that? How do you take that belief on the road with you and live it in your life? Underneath it all is the Six of Pentacles. This is a decision on what it is that you have to pay back on in a physical way. You know, the right to not be a brood mare. That's what's underneath it. In the past, this is the past. This is the past, but when abortion was illegal. Right here. Unnecessary heartache and suffering and unnecessary deaths, leaving children behind because the woman could not choose in a safe way to terminate a pregnancy that she wasn't either emotionally, physically, financially, intellectually ready for. In the sky, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So there is a change in fortune here. Let's see what's in the immediate future. The Two of Swords. Stalemate. An indecision. This is the immediate future, though. So this is 6 weeks. So that's only 6 weeks. How it's seen from the outside. The Seven of Wands. It's about the moral high ground. You know, women, you can't expect women to bring children into a world that is polluted and where it's just not fit. So we need to, like, this is a real sea change, actually. This is big. So this is big because the Sun and Uranus are conjunct the North Node now and will be through the summer. So I think into July at least. And this is a time where I think the feminine has had her back against the wall. Put our back against the wall. Let's see the domestic situation. Strength. Strength. We are strong enough. Strength is about being in your heart. This is a Leo card. It's about what you give out, you get back. And so if you've put a lot of love and work into something, you get it back. We just need to be strong, and we need to be strong together. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. Women need to stand together for their right to choose what they need to do with their bodies. And then trust them enough that the decisions that they make are in alignment with their moral code, which may not be very different to the moral code than the person who's trying to take the right away. Hopes and fears, the King of Wands. This is a hope for a democratic resurgence and a fear for a democratic resurgence. It just depends on who you are and what you think. Heartbreak. This is real. There's real suffering here. There's real mourning here. You know, this, for every woman who's had an abortion or for whatever reason, had to terminate a pregnancy for whatever reason, that is a choice that cuts really deep. And as this comes up with this Roe trying to overturn Roe, it sort of triggers. It triggers people. So there's going to be a lot of reliving, I think, of some trauma for people. It's going to what's that word? Trigger them. I'm going to see if we can pick a major arcana. We get the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords and then the Three of Pentacles. And these two together say to me that we are, yes, this is painful. Yes, this is painful. Yes, you're reliving painful incidents in your life, no matter what side of the, divide, so to speak, you're on. But we are women who, I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore. Right? That whole idea is, I've been made stronger through my heartache. I have made me more resolute through the painful choices you have to make. The Eight of Wands. And I am going to shout it from the rooftops. That I will be healed. And I will be heard. And I will be true. And the truth shall come out. If they do overturn Roe v. Wade, it is just going to be, women aren't going to just sit by and let it happen. No. There'll be women on the streets like there were when Trump got in. Only more. So this is a testing of faith. This is a testing of our nettle. This is a dark night of the soul. But we are strong enough. We are strong enough. We are strong enough to heal. Let's just heal each other. Let's just love each other. That's what the cards say. All right, I don't exactly know why I needed to do that, but hopefully you got something out of it. These things just come into my head sometimes. All right, guys. Underneath it all, maybe it did just come into my head. Underneath it all, the High Priestess. Underneath it all, the High Priestess. The Page of Wands, a message. Knight of Cups, that love is coming. That love is being offered. And happiness is right here, right now. Just remember that we need each other. Honestly, we need each other. We will unite behind one thing or another, or because of one thing or another. It's the natural order of things. But every time you open your heart to your own joy, you're opening that doorway further and further for the rest of people to move through into their joy. It's a contagious thing. You have to find your peace in your moment. You have to find your strength in your moment by moment. They say that crisis brings us into the present moment because it doesn't matter what happened before, and we don't even know if the next moment's going to happen. People have been going through a crisis moment for, I would dare say, 2 decades now. And we're coming, I think, to the point where we're just going to say, no. I don't buy into your crisis. I don't buy into the idea that the person that's standing next to me wants to do me harm. I don't want to do them harm. Or maybe I do want to do them harm. I don't know. I don't think I've ever wanted to do anybody harm like that. So I don't know if I could to speak to it. So I meandered a little bit again. Please like and subscribe, and I will check out my I'm uploading a Johnny Depp astrology Kabbalah, so you can check that out as well. All right, take care, everyone. Much love. Namaste.